Hey everyone, Chris here for News Edge. Tesla is making headlines, but not for new cars. This time, it's about massive layoffs and global economic pressures. The company, once seen as unstoppable, is now at a crossroads, facing tough decisions that could shape its future. Today, we're cutting through the noise to break down the 5 things you need to know about Tesla's recent layoffs and tariffs. This isn't just a tech story, it's about jobs, global trade, and the real-world impact on people. Let's get straight to the facts and see what's really happening at Tesla. Here's what you need to know. First up, let's talk about the layoffs, a moment that sent shockwaves through the entire company and beyond. In April 2024, Tesla made headlines by announcing it would cut over 10% of its global workforce. That's more than 14,000 jobs, an enormous number, especially for a company that, until recently, was still hiring aggressively. And this wasn't just about factory workers on the assembly line. Entire teams were affected, including the supercharger division, which is crucial to Tesla's infrastructure, and even some of the company's most senior executives. The layoffs reached every level of the organization. This move marked a dramatic shift from years of rapid expansion, relentless hiring, and ambitious growth. Just a few years ago, Tesla was opening new factories and holding massive job fairs to attract talent. The layoffs didn't spare any region. Whether in the US, China, or Europe, employees felt the impact. It's a global issue, not just a local one, and it highlights the scale of the challenge Tesla now faces. For many, the news came suddenly and without warning. Some discovered they were let go when their ID badges stopped working, while others received late-night emails that changed their lives in an instant. The gutting of the supercharger team was especially shocking. This division has been a core part of Tesla's competitive edge, helping the company build a vast charging network that set it apart from rivals. High-profile departures like Senior VP Drew Baglino signaled that this was more than just a cost-cutting measure. It was a deep restructuring, affecting the very leadership that helped shape Tesla's vision. The scale and suddenness of the layoffs sent shockwaves through both the tech and auto industries. Other companies are watching closely, wondering if this is a sign of things to come. It's a clear sign that Tesla is bracing for tougher times ahead, as economic pressures and industry challenges mount. The company that once seemed to defy gravity with its growth and innovation is now making tough choices just to survive. For employees, these layoffs are more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. They represent thousands of lives and families upended overnight, with uncertainty about what comes next. The layoffs mark the end of Tesla's era of unchecked growth and relentless optimism. The company is entering a new, more cautious phase. Investors, employees, and the entire auto industry are all asking the same question: what's next for Tesla? The uncertainty is palpable. The message is clear: Tesla is no longer immune to economic realities. Even the most innovative companies must adapt when the market shifts. This is one of the largest workforce reductions in Tesla's history, and it's a moment that will be remembered for years to come. The company's narrative of unstoppable growth has been replaced by a new, uncertain chapter, one filled with questions and challenges. The layoffs are just the first sign of a much bigger shift within Tesla, and possibly the entire electric vehicle industry. Tesla's future now looks more unpredictable than ever, with the road ahead shrouded in uncertainty. The world is watching closely to see how the company responds and what the next chapter in Tesla's story will be. So why did Tesla make these cuts? Officially, it's about eliminating duplicate roles after years of rapid growth. But the real story is more complex. Demand for electric vehicles is slowing, and competition, especially from China, is heating up. Tesla's Q1 2024 saw its first year-over-year drop in deliveries in nearly 4 years. Investors want profitability, and layoffs are a quick way to cut costs. Elon Musk is also betting big on AI and self-driving tech, shifting resources away from traditional areas like charging infrastructure. The supercharger team's cuts suggest a pivot toward autonomy over physical expansion. Economic fears like a potential recession and high interest rates are making consumers hesitant to buy new cars. Tesla's manufacturing costs are rising, and the company is facing the same challenges as legacy automakers. The Cybertruck's expensive ramp-up adds more financial strain. Internally, Musk wants to restore a lean, high-intensity culture. The layoffs are a response to a perfect storm: slowing demand, fierce competition, economic uncertainty, and a strategic shift to AI. It's not just about trimming fat, it's a fundamental reset. Tesla is trying to protect its future by making painful choices now. The company is betting everything on its next phase of growth. Whether this gamble pays off remains to be seen. The stakes have never been higher. Behind every layoff statistic are real people facing sudden upheaval. Each number represents a life upended, a family thrown into uncertainty, and dreams put on hold. Over 14,000 employees lost their jobs, many found out through impersonal emails or locked accounts with little warning or chance to prepare for what came next. Severance packages varied, but for most it's a short-term cushion, not a solution. The uncertainty about the future lingers long after the final paycheck is deposited. The psychological toll is huge. Tesla employees often saw themselves as part of a mission, not just a company. They believed they were changing the world, and that sense of purpose was a powerful motivator. Losing that sense of purpose can be devastating. It's not just about employment, it's about identity, belonging, and pride in one's work. The job market is tough, especially in tech, with many competing for the same roles. Former Tesla employees now find themselves in a crowded field, facing stiff competition and uncertainty. Those left behind at Tesla face heavier workloads and uncertainty, leading to low morale and fear. The pressure to perform has increased, while trust in leadership has eroded. Innovation suffers when employees are worried about job security. Creativity and risk-taking give way to caution and anxiety, stifling the very spirit that once drove Tesla forward. Online communities of ex-Tesla workers have sprung up, offering support and sharing leads. These networks have become lifelines, helping people navigate the emotional and practical challenges of sudden unemployment. The abrupt dismissal of the Supercharger team sent a chilling message: no one is indispensable. Even those at the heart of Tesla's growth can be let go overnight. The layoffs have shaken trust and changed the company's culture. What was once a tight-knit, mission-driven environment now feels uncertain and fragile. For many, it's not just a lost job, it's a lost identity. The pride of being part of Tesla is replaced by a sense of loss and disconnection. The impact ripples out to families and communities. Local businesses, schools, and neighborhoods all feel the effects when so many lose their livelihoods. Survivors' guilt and anxiety are now part of daily life for those still at Tesla. The fear of being next lingers in every conversation and meeting. The company's once mission-driven culture is at risk of being replaced by cynicism. Doubt and skepticism have crept in, making it harder to rally around a common goal. The human cost is immense and lasting. These are wounds that won't heal quickly, if at all. This isn't just a business story, it's a story of disrupted lives. The effects will echo for years, shaping careers, families, and communities. The fallout will be felt for years to come. Recovery, both personal and collective, will take time and support. Tesla's relationship with its workforce has fundamentally changed. The trust that once fueled innovation must now be rebuilt from the ground up. The company's next moves will determine if it can rebuild trust, restore its culture, and truly support the people who made Tesla what it is. As if internal turmoil wasn't enough, Tesla now faces a new and formidable threat: tariffs. The company, already grappling with internal restructuring and cost-cutting, is now caught in the crosshairs of a global trade war that could reshape its future. In May 2024, the US government made a dramatic move, quadrupling tariffs on Chinese-made electric vehicles to a staggering 100%. The goal: to shield American automakers from foreign competition and encourage domestic manufacturing. But the ripple effects are being felt far beyond the intended targets. While Tesla doesn't directly import cars from its Shanghai factory to the US, the cost advantage that made Shanghai so valuable is now effectively out of reach. The company can no longer rely on its most efficient plant to support US operations. More importantly, tariffs on Chinese-made batteries and essential components are rising sharply. This hits Tesla's US supply chain at its core, threatening to disrupt production and increase costs across the board. As a result, Tesla faces a tough choice: absorb these higher costs and risk shrinking profit margins, or pass them on to customers by raising prices, an especially risky move in a market where demand for EVs is already showing signs of slowing. The challenges don't stop at the US border. The European Union is also considering its own set of tariffs, which could threaten Tesla's operations and sales across Europe, one of its most important markets. Global supply chains are being thrown into disarray. Tesla is now being forced to localize production, find new suppliers, and source materials from outside China. An enormous logistical challenge. This transition is both expensive and time-consuming. Building new battery plants, securing alternative resources, and establishing new partnerships can take years, not months, to fully realize. Tariffs make it increasingly difficult for Tesla to deliver on its promise of affordable electric vehicles for the masses, directly undermining its core mission of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. The risk of Chinese retaliation is very real. China is not only a key supplier of parts and materials, but also represents a massive and growing market for Tesla's vehicles. If trade tensions escalate further, Tesla's Shanghai operations could be disrupted, and its sales in China could plummet, dealing a major blow to the company's global ambitions. The company is being squeezed from both sides, internal cost-cutting and restructuring on one hand, and rising external costs and uncertainty on the other. The once bright dream of a seamless, efficient global supply chain is quickly fading, replaced by a patchwork of regional operations and mounting logistical headaches. Tesla now faces a logistical and financial nightmare, with new regulations, paperwork, and costs piling up at every turn. Meanwhile, the competitive landscape is shifting rapidly. Chinese brands like BYD and NIO are finding ways to undercut prices in other markets, intensifying the pressure on Tesla. Tariffs threaten to fragment Tesla's operations by region, raising costs, increasing complexity, and making it harder to operate as a truly global company. The pressure is on like never before. Tesla must innovate, adapt, and find new solutions, fast, if it wants to stay ahead in this rapidly changing environment. How Tesla navigates this trade war will not only determine its own future, but could also set the tone for the entire electric vehicle industry. The stakes are global, the risks are rising, and the world is watching closely as the situation unfolds. The company's next moves could redefine the EV industry and influence how nations approach clean technology and trade. Tesla is now at the very center of a global economic storm, with its future and perhaps the future of electric vehicles hanging in the balance. So, what's next for Tesla? The company is in a period of profound transition. Easy growth is over and the future is uncertain. Layoffs and the shift away from infrastructure signal a major bet on AI and autonomy. Musk is gambling Tesla's future on robotaxis and full self-driving tech. If it works, the payoff could be huge. If not, Tesla risks falling behind. Cutting customer-focused teams could hurt Tesla's reputation and alienate buyers. Competitors are catching up fast on EV tech, quality, and service. Tariffs force Tesla to rethink its global manufacturing. Regional supply chains mean higher costs and less efficiency. The dream of a $25,000 Tesla is slipping away as costs rise. Layoffs could trigger a brain drain, stifling the innovation Tesla is known for. The company's culture is at a crossroads. Fear and uncertainty threaten creativity, but Tesla has a history of defying the odds. These challenges could spark new breakthroughs in cost-cutting and technology. The next few years will test whether Tesla's big bets pay off. Success or failure will determine if Tesla remains a leader or becomes just another car company. The aura of invincibility is gone. Tesla is now vulnerable to the same pressures as everyone else. The company's future is more uncertain than ever. The story is still unfolding, and the outcome is far from certain. Tesla's next moves will shape the future of the EV industry. That's the real story behind Tesla's layoffs and tariffs. The company faces massive challenges, internal and external, that will define its future. This is about more than one company. It's about the future of work, technology, and global trade. The decisions made now will have lasting consequences. We'll keep watching as Tesla navigates this high-stakes moment. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.